Because I am GoreAphobe, and you are not.
What is up? What is going on?
Yo.
Joined here by Night for the Nightwatch Zone, and for the first time ever, welcome Dave from Savage Zombie Reviews. Man, I finally got you on here.
Finally, mate. We finally made it work somehow.
Yeah. For anybody that doesn't know, I just explained to these guys. It's a weird idea that I have. What we're gonna do is JT was gonna be here, and what it's gonna be is like 15 minutes each, so it'd be like an hour show. I'm out of breath. I just ran back from the living room during the intro. Basically, what this is I asked the guys to pick films that they love, but most people hate or can't stand. And the whole point here is to, when they name out the movie, and we're like, ugh, that particular person is to explain why they love it, what it is about it they love, whether it be the star of it, whatever, the film, little things that maybe we didn't get, and hopefully be able to revert you over to at least respect the film a little bit. So, and that's what we're going to be doing now. I got a stack of about, let me see here. I have 8 films here. I figured out these 8 films, at least one of these you both don't like.
You didn't hold back.
Yeah.
Right. I ain't stopped smoking, You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Absolutely.
35 years is a long time, but yeah. Do one of you guys want to go first, or how many movies did you guys pick?
I kind of settled on 2.
Okay.
I'd say what this is harder than what you actually think,
Yes.
Trying to think of something like this, because
yeah,
if I think that, when I think that like people really hate it, and then you think, no, they actually quite enjoy it, you're like, oh, damn right, I've got to think of something else. So this has been tough. I think I've nailed it down, though. I think I've got a couple that.
Well, and even if all 4 of us were here, the other 3 don't necessarily have to hate it, as long as you got at least 1 or 2 of those people to argue it with. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Then you can partner up with somebody that can jump in there with you and say, yeah, man, this is what he's trying to say about it. You know what I mean? And it can turn into a real conversation.
Yeah.
Right.
Bully someone into loving your movie.
Cyber-bully that shit. It's like, you're going to like it, or you're not getting off the damn stream.
I like that. One way or the other.
You're the rest of the fucking night, yeah.
Right.
What 2 films did you pick, Dave?
Well, okay. The 2 absolute extremes, by the way. Okay. So I've got a horror one. And the reason why I picked this one, it's not necessarily that I absolutely love it, but I've been in this situation that we're talking about. It's a film that I absolutely hated for a long, long time. And I revisited it about, I think, a couple of years ago for my channel to do a review. And I grown a new appreciation for this movie. And I've ended up watching it again a couple of times. And I've actually found myself like thinking, this could actually be one of my favorites. And if I could go back to my reviews and actually do my ranking again, I would probably put this a lot higher now.
That's what sounds some of my favorite films, believe it or not.
So my first choice is Friday the 13th Part 5.
Son of a gun.
Was that one of yours?
Well, I did have a handful. I had like 5 or 6, and that was one of them that I was like, oh, that I had in my back pocket, just in case.
Yeah.
Well, we all like that one. So.
Oh God, see what I mean? I was sure someone was gonna hate it.
Well, let me say this though, but I know what you're saying though, man, because when I was a kid and I saw that movie, I was not on board. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like for the longest time, if you ask me to rank the franchise, which the Friday franchise is my favorite franchise, I always had that near the bottom. But in the last 20, 25 years or so, it's been the one that's moved up the most. And I really love it now, which is so weird. If I could go back and tell my younger self that you're going to love this movie one day, I'd be like, you're bullshitting me. You know what I mean?
This day, it still provides a whole hell of a lot of great conversation points because there's still a lot of people out there that haven't reverted yet. It's in the same boat as Halloween 3, Exorcist 3, films like that all of a sudden became cool to like. You know what I mean?
Like the best thing to happen to Friday the 13th Part 5 has been time. So I think a lot of people who are like horror fans, or especially Friday the 13th fans as well, have revisited that movie and actually found a new appreciation for it. Like I did. I was one of them people because I hadn't watched it for years. Like it would always be the one I would skip if I would ever go through the series again. I would just skip it and leave it. But
that film is so smart, Dave.
Yeah, it is.
They didn't have Jason in it, so what they did is they threw in a little bit of comedy with the woman and her son.
Oh, it's hilarious as well.
They threw in more kills. They threw in a set of really nice tatas from Deborah
Voorhees.
That is true.
The greatest of all time.
And some of the kills are so brutal as well.
And it is such a smart film in those ways, and the kills, you know what I mean? It's just got so many things going on, and it's got a dude that's he's a very underrated Tommy too, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say he's probably my least favorite thing of the movie because I prefer our other Tommy from Part 6, obviously. Part 6 is my favorite Friday, if no one knows, but yeah, man, I love the comedy aspect of Part 5 as well. I found myself laughing so much when I rewatched it. Like I forgot all like the one-liners. Yeah. Just eat your fucking slop and all that. I'm in bits, mate. Absolute bits. And like I said, the kills are great. The kills are brutal in Part 5 as well. I mean, they don't really hold back on it, I'm not too sure if like the PAA or whatever they called you guys, like did they like kind of butcher Part 5 or was that saved for like later on?
Yeah, they butchered a bunch of them. Yeah. So it was still brutal enough, I think.
Where he's tightening the strap. They finally added that back in there to where it finally snaps. They cut that in half when it was in the theater. That's back when they were still reeling from the 70s and all the stuff they put up in the 70s. So they decided to desecrate the 80s by trying to make up for it, I guess.
Yep.
But one thing about that Tommy is he is the one that I truly believe is batshit crazy. That Tommy does come off like he's got some issues. I mean, his hair is
he went through some shit.
That's what I did lately.
he had problems, poor kid. You know what I mean? I feel for him. Right. But one of the issues that I really did not like about it when I first watched that movie was the fact that there was no Jason. Yes. That was like the biggest thing for me when I rewatched it. But now I don't even think about that now. For me, it's kind of like it has its own special place in that series. It's like it is canon, but it isn't. If you consider it canon to the first 4, you can do still. It doesn't matter about what happened in Part 6 or whatever. It's up to you, I think. If you still want to consider it, that's fine. But I like Roy Burns as the killer as well. I thought it's pretty obvious who the killer is when you watch this. I know they try to do like a bit of a whodunit.
Now it is.
But come on. Like it's a bit like,
you can tell it's not Jason. But right. Like Jason.
But the thing is, if they really wanted to kind of remove themselves from Jason, don't make him look like Jason. That's still what baffles me a little bit. You're kind of reminding people that Jason was a thing.
Right.
You
I
know,
know, it was
kind of,
weird.
I know they did like the mask and they put the blue on it and stuff, but it's like, well, give him like a different, make him look a bit different, if you know what I
Right.
mean, like compared to. But yeah, man, I found a whole new appreciation for that movie. And like I said, when I've started rewatching the Fridays, it's one of the first ones that goes on for me.
Yeah.
And my favorite death scene is the guy on the toilet.
Yes.
Ooh, baby, ooh,
Yo,
but you know,
it is. Ooh,
them down,
baby.
them down enchiladas. You know, I
That's
love
right.
it.
Damn enchiladas. Yeah.
He was
He is
awesome,
just
man.
great, man.
Yeah.
He is great. He is great. It's one of my favorite kills of the series. So if I could actually go back and re-rank the series, I would have that. So I put it quite high anyway. I believe I did anyway. But I'd probably have it higher now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, where would you put it in the series now?
Oh, very, very good question. Do you know what, mate? I would still have 6 as my favorite. And I'd have part 4 very, very close to it. They're like this for me.
Mhm.
Any
Right.
given day, I'd probably give you a different answer. But I'd go 6, 4. And do you know what? I'd probably put it third. So I used to have 6, 4, 2. I would probably put 5 third, and then I'd have 2 under it. But then again, it's like this. It's not like there's big gaps between any of them, you know?
Yeah.
So I'd probably have it as my third favorite Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Where does that fall for you, Knight?
You know, I definitely could say it's in my top 5. It's in my top 5 or 6. You know, I usually I wrestle between 4 and 6 at the top. You know, like a lot of people. I love part 2 so much. You know, because of Jenny. I love part 3 because it was just very special when I was growing up. You know, it really still I think it's awesome. I've come to enjoy 7 a lot too, man. That one's, you know, kind of moved up on my rankings too. So I would say 5 is in my top 6. What, 7?
7 is ballsy, man.
It
that's a big
is.
set of balls to do that, to stick a Carrie type character in there.
It is. They had to pivot because they couldn't do Freddy versus Jason. So they're like, let's do Carrie versus Jason.
Basically, that's what it is.
When he chops that bitch in the head and throws her over the back of the fucking TV, that's one of the best scenes in all the Friday the 13th series.
That's one of the most satisfying scenes as well.
Isn't it though?
She's a bitch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
She really did her job.
Yeah, I love that kill as well. But part 7's, I'm on the fence with part 7. There's parts of it I really like, and there's parts of it I don't. I think it's the best looking Jason we've got in the series. I love the look of him in that movie.
Yeah.
Like he is. You do not want to bump into this guy at all.
Yeah, he's
You know what I
very
mean?
menacing. And you know, Kane's, you know, first
He did
movie, all
did
the
a great
stunt
job.
work. Yeah. There are some things about it that kind of bring it down a little bit. I mean, I think the MPAA really, that was one of the worst. That and 8, the MPAA really jumped on 7 and 8, which is too bad because I think especially 7 could have been so much better if those kills were allowed to be what they were planned to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's ballsy, and yeah, it's some things that kind of like, you know, whatever. But then it's some stuff like, wow, that's really good. So
yeah,
I agree, man.
Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame how they butchered it because, like I say, I agree with you on this. Some of them kills, and you can still kind of watch them a little bit, but the quality's not great. And unfortunately, they're gone. Apparently, they're not going to be able to kind of HD it up or 4K it up and put them back in, which is a shame. Because I would have loved to have seen that. But I think what lets down 7 a lot for me is the end. I can't stand the ending of that movie. It's so dumb. And I know we've got to dispense belief anyway because we're watching a Friday the 13th movie with a zombie Jason walking around. But even that ending is
looking like he just took a swim.
But even the ending is just it's too out there for me.
Right.
And the fact that so when a dad comes up, or spoiler for anyone that hasn't seen part 7, but it's been a long time now. But when a dad comes up off the lake with the chain, he's not even like a zombie looking. I know they did originally shoot that.
Than I do, man. He looks great. He's got a nice 5 o'clock shadow going.
Yeah, exactly. he looks like he's just spent 2 weeks away on the beach. He looks fantastic.
Right. He does.
Yeah, but he should be falling.
Yeah.
But he should be falling to bits. But he just looks normal. Grabs Jason and brings him down. And even as a kid, I always thought that makes no sense to me whatsoever.
Right.
None.
Five was a good choice though, man, because it's always a great conversational piece. And anytime you talk about any Friday the 13th, it always leads into other Friday the 13th. It's just one of those series.
Yeah.
What was your other one that you picked?
Oh God! Right, ready for this?
Oh, man.
Howard the Duck.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Howard the Duck.
Yeah.
Howard the Duck. Oh man.
Oh, I've nailed it. Get in there. Right.
I haven't seen it.
I do like Howard the Duck for stupid, ridiculous reasons.
Oh, mate, I love Howard the Duck. Love it.
It's so
Absolutely. Absolutely love it. It's pure nostalgia for me, mate. Like I watched that film so much as a kid. And
I was like 11 or 12 when it came out, and it was on HBO, and it played every day during the day. It was on HBO, and it had Leah Thompson, when she was at her cutest.
Yeah.
The principal that we come to find out was a pervert later on. That was also the principal of Ferris Bueller.
That's right, yeah. Unfortunately, yeah. And he's great in the movie as well. Like when he becomes like the what's he called, the Overlord or something. I forgot what the name is. He hams it up so much that it's just odd. It's more of a nostalgic thing for me.
Or some shit. Yeah, what did he call himself, mate? I don't remember.
The Dark Overlord, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
Dark Overlord or some shit. Yeah.
Yeah. And come on, Howard's the master of quack fu. How can you not love it?
Quack fu. I forgot all about that, bro.
I cannot love it. And like you say, Leah Thompson's in that movie, looking
he's getting along with it at the end, man. It felt weird as fuck, didn't it? He's getting some Leah Thompson. You can't be mad at him, can you?
No.
Exactly, and we nearly get a very awkward sex scene with a duck. It's just, it's amazing. And
over the years, he looks a lot different now.
And then there's a pair of duck tits at the beginning. What's not to love about this movie?
Yeah. That's too funny.
Every kid I knew loved that show, but as we got older, we didn't watch it as much. But it seems like they didn't play it much, and until it came out on physical, nobody played the movie. You know what I mean? So you couldn't find it.
Well, what surprised me the most, kind of looking back, was how much of a flop the movie was. I mean, it bombed hard in the cinema.
Yeah, it did.
Usually the best shows, though, aren't they?
And I don't know, man. I just love it. It's just one of them movies that I can still put on, and for whatever reason, mate, it just still makes me laugh. I don't know why. The jokes are bad.
Entertain the hell out of me. You picked two that entertain the hell out of me, so you got no argument for me.
Big thumbs up for Howard the Duck.
There you go.
Bet 1,000, man.
Right.
All right. Well, let's see if we can get an argument at a night. Then, what was your first?
Well, this was really challenging, man. Because I was trying to think of something that I thought most people hate it, and like you said, like there's always someone that likes any movie, right? So I just looked at it from the point of view of just kind of overall what I heard, kind of from the community and so forth. So my first pick is probably not the better of my two. My second one, I think, will probably give a good discussion. But my first pick, I went with TCM on Netflix, the Netflix Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Okay.
That one sucks. It's except for the massacre on the bus and that
massacre.
That ending scene is priceless. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
He said, "Fuck you, you're leaving, but you're leaving without this."
Yeah. Well, it's funny because we did a stream on it. We've done some discussions and all that type of stuff, and it's not that I think it's the greatest film, and it's definitely not the greatest TCM film, not at all. But knowing how much stuff was going on behind the scenes with the director and all the controversy, and they had to reshoot shit and all that type of stuff, when I watched it, to prep to review it, I was expecting a total shit show. I really, really was. And I was surprised that put it this way. My feeling on it is, yes, it's all right. It's all right. There were some bad choices in it for sure. I think they made a horrible choice in how they treated Sally Hardesty. They should have just not even. They should have not even just. They should have not even brought her back as a character.
Agreed.
Because she failed miserably with her revenge, didn't she?
She did.
It was didn't she?
No, it was kind of like, well, why even bring her back if that's what you're going to do to the character? And of course, Marilyn Burns isn't with us anymore, so it's kind of like, why do that to an iconic final girl?
Yeah,
and she looked like Mick Garris.
Yeah. Yes, she did.
Mate, they brought her back because of Halloween 2018. If that film didn't happen, they just copied that, mate. Basically, they thought, well, what can we do similar? Who's our Jamie Lee Curtis? Who's our Laurie Strode?
Yeah. And it was a bad choice. All that being said, as far as Leatherface and the kills and kind of the way they formulated some type of a story, I was okay with it, man. We actually got a chainsaw massacre, which was great. The practical looked pretty good. Like I said, man, I can watch the movie and not have an issue with it. But I know, I mean, man, when we did a stream on it, there were so many people in the live chat. They're like, "This is a pile of shit," and we actually, we were actually defending it on stream. And we were actually defending it. Not that, again, and I know Coriander and my brother too. It's not that we loved it, but I think all of us kind of felt like it's not the worst thing of all time. I've seen a lot of worse films than that. So,
of course,
it was just
even with their Sally, it's better than all three of the new Halloween movies.
Oh, come on, stop! You need to stop. Come on.
I fucking hate them, dude. Yeah, and you know I do. You know I hate the Halloween trilogy.
Yeah, come on, man.
Shit sandwiches, man.
I would agree with you up till a point, because I actually really I like the 2018 one. I had a good time with it. Kills,
they missed the mark.
Kills, I didn't enjoy overall. For me, Halloween Kills had good elements in it. I liked certain scenes in it. I thought Michael Myers was brutal in Kills. He's probably my favorite thing of the movie. But all that like Evil Dies Tonight and all this stuff, I just was like, oh, stop, will you? So overall, I didn't like Kills. Halloween Ends, on the other hand, can fuck right off. Hate's a very strong word, right? And I don't actively hate movies, like I'll dislike movies or whatever, but I can easily say I hate Halloween Ends with a burning passion in my soul and my heart. I walked out the cinema watching that film so angry. So angry. Like, honestly, that film bugged me for weeks and weeks.
He get down with a fucking refrigerator and slice his wrist and shit. I said, okay, that's it. I'm done, because I've heard what happens after this, and I'm not going to watch him ground him up and do fucking hamburger meat.
Right.
I wanted to go find him right there and kill every one of
them. to me, even though I know we've just gone on to Halloween Ends here, and I'll get off it quick. But to me, it just felt like a script that was meant for something else. Like, I think they didn't.
Yeah, they
pivoted. I don't think they had an idea. Like, I don't. And I just feel like it was another script, and they thought, well, this sounds interesting. I'll tell you what, we can mix our Halloween up with this. That's what it feels like to me.
That was Jamie's script.
They pivoted, man, because originally they were going to continue on the same night. And then, of course, the COVID thing, it was a real thing, but it's like, I think they just got too, whatever. You know how when you got too much time to think on something, like, well, you know what, maybe we could do this instead to make it better or to make it more this or that. They should have just stuck with the idea, just finish it out on the same night and let's get this thing done. You know what I mean? But,
well, put it this way, even the studio had no faith in it, because look at all the trailers for that movie.
Right.
That is not the movie that they're advertising whatsoever.
Exactly. And that was the worst part to me, is the way they marketed it.
Oh, they lied.
Yeah, they did. They
Straight
really
up lied.
did.
They showed that they do learn from their mistakes, because after one Exorcist movie, they decided we're not doing that shit again.
Right.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. They did. They pulled the plug on that one.
That's right.
Thank
They were like,
you.
nope. But yeah, I mean,
It
like
was better
with,
than Halloween Ends.
huh?
The new Exorcist was better than Halloween Ends. And
I
that's
would
Yes.
agree
terrible.
with that.
Yes. Yeah.
I would agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think the new Exorcist, put it this way, and of course, the original is, you know, it's a masterpiece, and I love the Exorcist 3. I think that is
Oh.
so underrated.
Exorcist 3 is my favorite.
Yeah,
Exorcist
Exorcist 3 is amazing. George C. Scott, man, that's all I
Oh,
gotta
he's so
say.
good in that movie. Yeah.
He is, man. But you know, this new Exorcist film, it was all right. You know, it wasn't, you
It's
know,
okay.
it's not anything I need to watch again, but it
Right.
wasn't a total crap show. But that's the problem, is that you don't want to do an Exorcist movie and just have it be bland or middle of the road.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
do something that really will grab people in the right way. You know, Exorcist 3 is a great example of that. Just changing
Yes.
what you expect and doing it really well
Mm.
with this character. You know what I'm saying? And of course, Brad Dourif. I mean, I could go on and on and on.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
You
And
can't
I'll
make
also
any more
say,
Exorcist films.
no.
The two
And I'll
people
also,
who are responsible for making the Exorcist films great are both gone now. Leave
Yeah.
Exorcist alone.
yeah.
I
I'll
agree.
also say Exorcist 3 as well. Probably one of the greatest jump scares of any horror movie.
That's fantastic.
Mm.
Yeah.
Any. And the way that plays out, and it's so slow and takes its
is.
time.
Yeah.
There's no rush, and the camera doesn't even move. It is
No.
perfection.
Yeah, it
Absolute
is.
perfection.
She hardly
Mm.
gets the door shut.
I
Yeah.
know, and it's like it doesn't make sense. It's like, no, wait a minute. She had just gone in and
Yeah.
turned around and like that quick. It's like, it's like,
Weird.
what?
Oh, do you ever remember the first time you saw that jump scare? Man, it nailed
Yeah,
me.
it got me
I
too.
had seen that at the theater, and it was just me
Ooh.
and my friend there. And
Yeah.
I was thinking, man, you'd have noticed that motherfucker in the room when you went in there. I mean, I'm
Right.
telling you, you'd have seen him.
Well, you'd like to think so, wouldn't you? I definitely would have seen him anyway. That door would have
Right.
been locked.
There's something in there without a head with this big ass huge fucking clipper.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man. But yeah,
okay, but yeah, what was your other?
Well, the other one, I think that this one is a really good example. And again, it's a movie. I gotta preface this.
Disclaimer coming up.
Yeah. This is a movie. Again, it's a movie that I enjoy. I mean, it's not the greatest, but I didn't hate it like so many people I knew or in the community or even friends did. And that's M. Night Shyamalan's The Village.
Oh,
I like The Village.
You do?
Yes,
Wow! Look at Dave.
I like The Village. I love the reveal and everything. I love the fact that they played these off the whole movie. You thought there were
Yeah.
monsters out there, and the monsters
That's right.
were the people.
That's right. That's right.
I thought it was brilliant.
I mean, listen. Let me be fair. Like, I gotta get off of this stream. Listen, I'm gonna be fair. They pulled an okie doke with us because, of course, it would have been great if there were real monsters, you know, or even if there was like maybe that was a twist in a twist, is that, you know, they were dressing up as monsters and little did they know there really was something, you know, in the woods or whatever that might have helped a lot of people. But what I loved about it was the characters and the setting and the atmosphere. I was a really big fan of you know, Sigourney Weaver and William Hurt.
Great
It was
cast.
William, yeah, and Bryce Dallas Howard. I thought that she was really good, and it was the first time I had seen her in something, and I've enjoyed her career. Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh,
No. Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix. Yeah, Adrian Brody. You know, so put it this way, man. And I saw it in the theater. And I remember when I left the theater after it, I just felt kind of immersed in it. You know, I just loved this you know, back in the olden times, you know, atmosphere and setting. And then of course the reveal that it's taking place in modern time and stuff like that. And when the reveal was happening, I was like, what? Oh no, what? You know, and I didn't hate it. I really didn't hate it. When we were leaving the theater, there were people that like, what the fuck, man? This sucked. And ever since then, He's like, I was one of them.
They went at it the wrong way. The whole point of it is they had immersed their family generation after generation after generation to stay away from the rest of the world, and they scared their children by saying there were monsters out there to keep them away from the corruption of the rest of the world.
Exactly.
That was the whole point.
Yeah.
The whole,
yeah.
They were successful for a while, but when they hopped over that wall and shit, and there was cars and shit driving, I was like, oh hell yeah! Like,
I was like, what? That's funny. He's shaking his head. That's funny. Oh Lord.
Oh mate, do you know what? I don't remember anything about that movie, and I'm so glad that I don't. I too went to the cinema to watch it. I do remember walking out of it just going, "What the fuck have I just watched?"
Right.
I'm funny enough, if you go back and watch the earlier like promotional material for that movie, that's a lie as well.
It is.
It's a completely different movie than what you're going in to watch. Now, I don't mind being lied to, but don't lie to me about my movies. Like, put some kind of truth in there. Like, don't let me go in blind. You know what I mean?
I agree.
And it just, I do want the truth.
You
and
can't handle the truth.
I probably would have gone to watch it if they told me what it was actually about. But I just
win this. Then we're not going to win with trying to convince you that it does.
Fuck.
It does have some redeeming qualities. The cast, it
great, some great acting. Yeah,
mate, I would rather watch Skinamarink again.
No,
and I hate that movie.
Oh boy! All right,
that's a lie, by the way. Oh God, no,
man. Bro.
no.
Did I tell you? Look,
Skinamarink is great.
Now look, can I? Okay, hold on. Well, this is probably a conversation for another day because I don't want to have us run over. But I couldn't get past about 15 minutes of it, man.
Oh, it was tough.
I seriously couldn't. And I wanted to know. I wanted to know what's the thing because there's been some people that have said that they really liked it.
Yeah,
I couldn't. Of the children, it's a horror of the children. Their parents had split. There had been some shit going on.
Yeah.
It's about, because when you're a kid and everything seems so much bigger, days are longer, fears are so much bigger. When it's dark, it's so much darker. You don't understand what's going on. That's what the confusion of it is all about. Their parents have split. There might have been some abuse going on there. They're alone all the time because when parents like that split and shit, dad may get a new girlfriend, mom's completely gone. And it's just them taking care of each other.
Mm-hmm.
It is about real horror.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Is that what it's about? Well, is that the plot of the movie? Is it really?
I think it's brilliant.
I didn't even think there was a plot, mate. I just sat there. I was just watching close-up Legos, a corner of a TV, the roof.
Yeah, the corners, bro. It's like I'm not even looking at a wall. I'm looking at the bottom left corner.
I was just like, what am I looking at here? Like, seriously, what am I looking? Oh, it was painful to sift through for me, mate. Like, painful. I did it. I didn't get a medal.
The chat's not saying anything about it.
Exactly,
Look,
mate.
You're gonna have to do another live stream on Skinamarink.
Just for Skinamarink. I'm doing it, dude.
Yeah.
I'm doing it. And I'm gonna tell everybody why they should like it, and I'm not leaving until they do.
I would be. Oh well, I'm not doing it then.
Well,
I'm staying off that one.
Fresh people each time, so I'll make sure it's one that you're not on.
Cheers, mate. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Definitely eliminated one of my choices here.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's start with this then.
I like the Babadook.
Let's get past the annoying kid and let's talk about why he's annoying.
Yeah.
In that situation with a mother going fucking nuts, the dad has died. The mom was missing the dad like crazy. Kids, that's how kids respond. They become as annoying and as assy as possible. I mean, you gotta think that household was a fucking disaster area, man.
Mm-hmm.
And the mom was nuts. She couldn't even masturbate without the kid crawling in bed with her. She could get no relief.
Literally.
You know how I am. I talk about it all.
That's the actual horror of the movie. It's the fact that she couldn't masturbate.
Right.
That sucks. It's like, damn, let your mom go out for a minute.
Right. Yeah.
Can't you shut up for a minute?
Yeah. Play with some Legos, damn it.
Yeah, I don't
good thought, just one.
Yeah.
I don't mind that movie at all. Like I'm kind of in the middle with it. I don't love it, but I don't dislike it neither. It's very. I've watched it once when it came out. I've never watched it since. I thought the film was well directed. It was well shot. There was generally some creepy moments in that movie as well, for sure.
Yeah.
And
she was the Babadook. She had went bat fucking shit. Now that's one movie that lied to me.
Yeah.
It seemed like there was going to be an actual monster Babadook.
Right.
And wasn't it? She was. The whole household, the whole experience was the monster. You know what I mean?
That's right.
She was nuts to the point to where she was almost willing to fucking off him because he had annoyed her so much because of the shit she created.
Right.
Her sister didn't like her kid or her.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Which
no,
is
it was
fucked up, man.
Yeah. No, it was a pretty good movie. I've seen it a couple times. I haven't seen it in probably maybe 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
But yeah, I liked it. And who's the lead actress? Essie Davis, I think. She's awesome.
Sounds about right. Yeah. I would definitely rewatch it. So you've won that one, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'd give it another shot.
Yeah. Good call, man.
Yeah. I've talked about that a few times because there's some people that just absolutely and the reason they hate it is because of that kid.
Yeah,
I hate that kid.
I've heard that.
I've heard the same thing about House by the Cemetery about Bob, and that's not even his voice. That's some horrible overdub.
Right.
Yeah, but but I agree with them people.
Their voice is you know.
I can look past Bob. I can look past Bob.
I can't get past Bob. The movie goes off.
Boy, Steve really wanted to kill him bad, didn't
he? Yeah.
Okay. One more here. I know this is gonna be a winner. Everybody, because everybody hates these last 4 or 5 movies.
Oh God, here we go.
This is a curse. This is a cursed fucking franchise, you guys. Okay, now wait. Which one do I pick? Oh my God.
Oh jeez.
I think I've got an idea.
Hellseeker, Hellworld.
Oh jeez.
Oh no, God no.
There's one that I do like though. Here it is. Inferno. It stars Craig Schaefer. He's remember he sleeps with prostitutes. He's basically a ignorant back off. It's the one with the half of the chatters in. I thought that was actually an interesting story. Remember, it's got James Lamar. It turns out that he's the I can't remember what they call him, but it turns out he's Pinhead at the end. I thought it was actually interesting, man. It's got well, that wasn't very promising.
Well, to be fair, it's a franchise I'm not really too familiar with. I have seen the first 3 long time ago. They would have to be rewatches for me to kind of get the memories in my head or whatever. I think I've seen.
Not about the Cenobites, man. It's not about Cenobites. It's directed by Scott Derrickson.
Oh, there you go. I like him as a director as well.
Yeah, he's a good director.
Yeah, I think I've seen like other Hellraiser ones, but honestly, I have actually. I watched one called Hellworld, I think it was called. Henry Cavill's actually in that one. It's one of his earlier movies. That was beyond awful. I will say that wasn't great at all.
Or whatever. Yeah, it's a cyber type shit.
Yeah. So it would be unfair to me to sit here and start shaking my head on the other Hellraisers because I haven't really watched them. So I would be open to trying them because I like to, give myself pain when I'm watching horror movies.
At least try Inferno again, but don't go at it as a Hellraiser / Cenobite movie because it doesn't have a whole lot of that in it. It's basically a constant nightmare that Craig Schaefer from
Part 3.
Yeah.
I have been told that there is one that a lot of people have said to me, of like the later sequels that they've said actually thought was quite good. Is it one called Hellraiser Judgment? Is it that one?
That's the one that was the one that didn't have Doug Bradley.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
I haven't seen that one either.
I've had a couple of people tell me they actually quite enjoyed it. They thought it was all right. It was fresh. It was something like a little bit different. But then again, like all the later scripts. Oh, well, sorry, all the Hellraiser movies, the later ones. They were all scripts that weren't Hellraiser movies. You know.
That's right.
They were all like adapted to be. So
for me, man, it's a franchise that's just so frustrating because the first two, especially, are so good.
What I remember of it, mate,
and it's creative, and it's got so many places you can go with it, with the central these central characters of the Cenobites, and then 3 kind of started to it's all right, and you could tell
I quite like part 3.
Well, there was a lot. I think there was a lot of influence from Nightmare and all the other films of that time. So Pinhead got a little bit more vocal. You know what I'm saying? And then 4 is when, for me, it just fell off the cliff, man. You got a demon in space, and I'm like, come on, bro.
Is that the one where the spaceship turns into the actual? Right, okay,
and I'm just like, what the hell's going on? And then I watched a couple of the ones after that, because it was direct to video. But I was like, no, I'm done.
Well, Inferno is the one after that, and like I said, if you go at it with that type of a mindset, instead of going at it like a Hellraiser / Cenobite movie, it actually has a pretty good story, and it has a good cast, it has a good director, and it has some genuinely creepy moments. So I would recommend at least checking it out again with that in mind.
I would check it out actually, mate, because I like Scott Derrickson as a director.
Yeah, I do too.
And I haven't seen Hellraiser Inferno, so I would happily check it out and watch it because I do like Derrickson's work. I loved The Exorcism of Emily Rose as one of my favorites. Sinister, I absolutely loved that movie. I like the short segment he did in the latest VHS movie. I thought was fantastic. I really did.
He's a good director.
He's a brilliant director. And just jumping back on what we were talking about before with jump scares, that lawnmower jump scare in Sinister. Oh my God, that's probably second behind the Exorcist 3 jump scare for me. I remember being in the cinema. I was in the cinema in a full house watching that. My God, man, everyone's popcorn and drink must have hit the ceiling. That scene happened. Everybody jumped. Yeah, and everyone was just laughing afterwards. The whole cinema was just like, having that nervous laugh.
Yeah.
Man, I lost everything. All my food went everywhere. But one of the best jump scares.
You guys like the last Exorcism? The first Last Exorcism, I think, is a damn good exorcism.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, what I remember of it, mate. Yeah, I think I enjoyed it actually. I liked the that. I'm trying to remember which one. It was the guy that kind of he fakes it, doesn't he? And then he comes across like a real one.
He's a fake exorcism because he wants to expose exorcism as being phony. Well, he happened to come across a real fucking chick that's actually possessed because of the church she goes to. She's been impregnated with a demon and all kinds of weird shit.
Yes.
It's actually a really good one. The guy that plays the preacher in it, the Exorcist, is fantastic. He played in Better Call Saul for the first 2 or 3 seasons, and he does a great job in it, man. The second one sucks, but the Last Exorcism, the first one's pretty damn good.
I would have to, I would have to rewatch it. I do remember seeing it though, and I remember at the time actually enjoying it. I think I was one of the few. There was a lot of people that didn't really, for some reason. If I remember right,
I heard a lot of people that didn't enjoy it either, but I did.
Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was quite creepy. She, especially the was it Nell? Her name, the character's name, or something? The young girl, if I remember right. She was brilliant in that movie.
She did a good job.
Yeah, fantastic job. And there was some creepy shots in that film as well, especially when he goes into the room and it's dark and he's only got the light on the camera. Then isn't she sat on like the top of a wardrobe or something, or she's like just up in the corner just like that, like, oh, sod that. I would have been straight out the house, mate, gone.
Right.
in that car and just gone. See you later. Keep your money. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm out of here.
The Taking of Deborah Logan was a damn good exorcism movie too.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, that was
That's
a good
very
one.
unique, very good,
Yeah.
very good one. That's weird because they make it out like she's doing like a journal. This college students are doing like a journal on for this one woman that her mom is supposedly going through Alzheimer's or sundown or
Yes.
whatever. Well, it turns out that she's actually being, taken over. And there's a scene toward the end of that movie that is absolutely creepy as fuck, man.
Bonkers. Yeah.
Yeah.
You should check it out. It was good.
No, I'll check it out, mate. Yeah, definitely. I've got a real soft spot for like exorcism movies. I mean, even if they're really bad, I don't care. I find some joy in them.
It's so hard to find good ones now that when
That's
I
true.
do come across one that is actually unique and actually creative and actually good in a way, I try to hold on to it because what 1 out of 20 will be actually worth it,
That's right.
Yeah. Did you just like the Russell Crowe one that came out?
Pope's
I haven't seen it
Exorcist.
yet. Yeah.
I haven't seen that yet, but I heard it's all right.
I thought it was really good. But Russell Crowe makes the movie. To be fair, he's so good. He is so good in that film. Yeah, and it's just a lot of fun. I mean, if you go in, don't just go in with an open mind and just leave everything at the door and just take it for what it is.
Right.
I'll guarantee you'll have a good time with it because it's got some comedic moments in the movie as well. It's not a comedy or anything, but I actually had a good time with it. It entertained me.
I'll admit, when I first heard about it, I thought, well, there's Russell Crowe's career. He's reached that point.
Right.
But then I heard people go, hey, it's actually not bad. So I said, okay. I still haven't seen it yet, but I'm going.
Yeah. I mean, if they cast anyone else for it, it probably wouldn't have done so well for me. But the fact that Russell Crowe's in it, and he doesn't phone it in either. Like, he doesn't just phone in his performance. He's actually pretty committed to it. He's damn good in the film as well. I just think he's a good actor anyway, Russell Crowe. I like him in pretty much everything.
Yeah.
He's good. Unhinged. Oh, man, he's a great bad guy, man. He's an asshole.
Yeah, he is, man. Yeah, and there's talk of a sequel to the Post Exorcist as well, which I'm up for. If they can make a series out of this with Russell Crowe, I'm all for it. So,
what about the kid that's possessed? Do they use that same type voice like everybody else does and shit? Or?
Yeah, yeah. Basically, right? Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because everybody does that now. It's that old Exorcist formula. That's the one thing that bugs me.
Yeah, they do. But the kid did a good job as well. To be fair, kid did a good job. Yeah, and it's not scary or anything like that. Well, I don't think it is. I just found it more entertaining than anything else. But I do highly recommend it. If you like your exorcism movies, I would definitely recommend to check it out.
I'm very picky about them, but I do like them. But I'm really finicky about them.
You'll probably hate it, Keith. You'll probably hate it, mate. Well, give it a go anyway.
Nice.
There's a couple other good ones too, like The Exorcism of Michael King or something too. That was an all right one, or something like that was a good one. It was like found footage or some shit. I don't remember, but they say that one was a good one too.
Yeah, there's so many of them out there.
Yeah,
there is so many because they're cheap to make. Aren't they? So
that's right.
Yeah, they've oversaturated. Well, for years they oversaturated with the possession shows. Now they've oversaturated with the zombies. So now they're going back to the possession.
Right. Yep.
Until we get possessed zombies.
Good simple slashers, goddammit, because that's all you got to do to make a good slasher. Make it good and simple. Like Hills Run Red. It's so fucking simple, but it's a good one. The Final Girls, damn entertaining fucking slasher movie.
Right.
That is a good one. The Final
Girls. What did you think of Thanksgiving? Did you enjoy it?
I haven't seen it yet.
I did.
No, I did. I really liked it.
I thought it was really, really good.
It reminded me.
I know I'm going to.
Yeah, it reminded me of old school 80s low budget slasher movie. That's what it reminded me of.
It did.
And I can say I'm a sucker for that type of movies as well. So it reminded me of that, and I thought it was brilliant. It surprised me how much I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it.
It was great.
Yep.
Oh, what we got coming down now?
I
I love the T-shirt, by the way.
I have a
Right?
recommendation. Have you guys ever seen The Ranger?
No.
It's a slasher film. It's actually entertaining as hell. This guy here he's a ranger, and except for he has serious mental issues, and he doesn't seem to like much of anyone, and he's an asshole, and he loves to sing this and whistle the same song as he's killing and dragging people away and such. It's entertaining. It's on YouTube. Watch The Ranger.
That's strange because he looks like a sweetheart. He looks like he wouldn't harm a fly. I'll give it a go, mate.
Yeah.
What do you say? The film's on YouTube, is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, Playing with Dolls. That's another good trilogy. There's a guy in it that looks. I swear to God, it was Charles Bronson reincarnated. He looks like him.
wow.
He wears his mustache like him. He moves like him. He even spins his eyes like him. I was like, that dude is trying to be fucking Charles Bronson. It's entertaining as hell. But it's called Playing with Dolls, and he sews the mask on his face, kind of like Hills Run Red. But those are entertaining too. Those are on YouTube too. Check those out too. Like Slash.
Give it a go.
Nice. All right. Cool, man. All right.
Some great choices there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
stuff.
I figured since we didn't do a whole lot of arguing, most of the arguing that we did was about other films that we just happened to mention as we went along.
And that's what it's all about.
That's what
And
it
look,
is,
hey,
man.
That's all I was looking for was conversation about the film was one way or the other.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly.
So as far as I'm concerned, it's a success. And we got some recommendations in. I appreciate you guys joining me. I appreciate everybody in the chat.
Absolutely, man.
I haven't talked to anybody. We got Ninja in there. King Gore, I haven't seen you in a minute, man. You completely abandoned me, dude.
And this is why I love like our film community on YouTube, is that we can have these discussions.
Right.
You know, I love it, you know.
Jay, hey, Denisha. I haven't seen you in a minute. How you doing? Denisha's here because Dave and Knight's here. I see you, Denisha.
No, she's here because of the Howard the Duck talk.
Yeah, there you go.
That's it. Everybody in the chat, go and watch Howard the Duck. You'll love it. Trust me. Fresh eyes.
Yeah, that is entertaining. You have to give it. It's fun.
It is.
It's so dumb. I love it, mate. Absolutely love it. But like I said, and when I was defending it, it's very much a nostalgia movie for me.
Right.
Very much so.
Hey, and there's nothing wrong with that, man.
Nah,
nothing
absolutely, mate. Absolutely.
But
all right, man.
What do you guys got coming up on your channels next few days?
Here you go, mate. You go first.
Yeah, well, I got the usual, just multiple streams.
Slasher
Tuesday
Monday.
night, Monday night, Monday night slasher, and then on Friday night, kind of the usual. Yep.
Yeah.
Always got the nose to the grind, with the streams and stuff, man. The hardest working.
So true.
What do you got coming up, Dave?
To be honest with you, mate, not a lot. I've just been working on I was going to get my Evil Dead review out tonight, but I decided to do this for you instead. So I've pushed it to tomorrow. So I'm going to start doing the Evil Dead trilogy and the 2013 one. Nice. And then after that, mate, I'm not too sure. I don't know. I'm just going to have to go into my back catalogue and see what classic horror movies I haven't visited for my channel. So yeah, I've just got the Evil Dead movies coming up. So I've got to be honest, I'm looking forward to proper diving into them. It's been a while.
Nice. Very cool.
I've got lots of things. I've got my Monday night watch will be. I'll be doing something tomorrow. Tuesday night is, of course, just like always here lately, is extreme. It's Extreme Theater, where I show all the films that most people don't like to show because they get a lot of bad attention. The rape, revenge, the schlock, the all the really bad stuff that I like. This week I'm a little calm. Last week I did Dawn of the Dead with Chris. This week I'm doing Fulci Zombie. and then next week it's back to the harsh brutality. I'm doing back to back. I Spit on Your Grave, original and remake.
I love the remake of that movie.
Other than that, I'll be doing double duty next Sunday. I'll be back with my Sunday afternoon matinee, where I'll be doing David Cronenberg's original Scanners, and then that'll be at 2, and then at 5 o'clock I'll be back with 3 new victims. And JT's gonna be one of them this time. I'll go to his house in 4 minutes. And we'll be arguing over some kind of horrible films. Who knows? But thanks, you guys.
All right.
Let's do a couple of. This has become tradition, man. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but just tradition. Let's do a couple of Looney Tunes fill-ins here.
Naughty baby mustn't try to run away. Mother pig. Oh, your daddy. Kiss your son.
And then here, oh my goodness! And now we've got to do. How about the week?
Nice.
And I will catch you all later. Thanks for joining me again, guys. And how about
All right, guys.
Finish off with a little bit of gas. Check this out.
Because I am GoreAphobe and you are not.